Now, quality and quantity of sleep plays an incredibly important part in every aspect of our health, especially as poor sleep can be the cause of so many illnesses.
Yeah, almost 1 in 5 of us are struggling to have a good night's rest. What is the solution? Well, sleep guru Dr. Guy Meadows joins us now to explain.
Guy, so nice to see you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank
Sian,
you.
we got this for you
Oh,
straight away.
thank you, Guy. We need you more than ever.
Poor Sian, she's the one up, like, first thing in the morning.
I do a lot of early
Last
starts.
thing at night.
But I think there's a lot of people that work shifts and all sorts, so we're going to need this advice.
Yeah.
So where do we start? We're looking at the winter particularly. I would have thought winter would be a better time for people sleeping because there's more dark, right?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, you'd think so, but actually, humans are solar-powered. You know, we need light, and those darker mornings means that, you know, we struggle to wake up, we might hit the snooze button a few more times.
Oh, yeah.
And light is really important for our mood as well. It helps to boost our mood, and in the winter months, that can lead to sort of lowered mood, can lead to poorer sleep quality. But also, we get sort of more coughs and colds in the winter, which can disturb our sleep as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely been doing the rounds. Everyone's been coughing their way to sleep. So what can we do? What can we do to help us?
Well, there are lots of things we can do. So, I mean, the first thing to understand is just cover off the basics. So we need to sort of think about how much sleep do we need? And the average person needs about 7 to 8 hours of sleep, but the range is 6 to 9 hours.
Does that change between winter and summer?
It doesn't actually, but what we do see is a change in when people sleep. So we get a natural delay. So people go to bed a little bit later and get up a little bit later in the winter months. But what's important is for people to identify how much sleep do I need? And one way to do that is, do I wake up feeling refreshed?
Yeah.
Able to go about my day? So that might be then we need to get a little bit more.
Yeah.
And maybe we need to learn ways to boost the quality of our sleep as well.
Oh, yeah, so true. If you have a bad night's sleep.
What's the most important thing for you? Is it, like, the time... Because you hear so many sort of conflicting... Is it the time you go to bed? Is it the time you wake up? Or is it the amount of sleep you get?
All of them are good. So definitely we want to get the right amount of sleep, but we also want to keep regular sleep-wake timing. If we go to bed and get up at the same time, that's going to be really helpful. But actually getting up at the same time on a regular basis in the morning helps to set everything sort of going in the right way. It helps to activate our appetite hormones, it helps to stop the sleeping hormones, it helps to activate cortisol, the waking hormone. So if you get up at the same time, you're going to feel more refreshed.
But, Guy, what about the weekend when you want a lion? Help me out here.
It's in your main, Guy.
OK, so weekend lions are kind of allowed, but I would cap it at 1 hour extra.
1 hour?
What does that mean for you?
5 a.m. for me on a normal week.
Well, there are other ways in which we can sort of compensate, and I'll come back to that.
Okay.
But there is a term called social jet lag, which is where you get all of the unwanted side effects of jet lag from simply by getting up later. So we want to avoid that. Try to keep up, get up regular.
Is it more important to wake up have that set wake-up time? So even if you're, say, normally you'd get, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours sleep and then you're getting 4 or 5, is the most important thing to still get up when you would normally get up?
If you, I mean, talking about shift workers, I think they're slightly different because they're getting a lot of circadian disruption, and so you are wanting to catch up on sleep. You know, if we are thinking about catching up on sleep, for normal, if you've had a poor night's sleep, having a power nap, that can be a really great thing.
So you approve of a power nap?
100%. So a power nap, though, is 10 to 20 minutes, ideally between the time of midday and 3 p.m.
So not 3 hours straight?
It's not 3 hours. However...
That is just sleep.
If you are...
in the afternoon.
If you're a shift worker, like yourself, where you're having to get up, you know, sort of early in the morning or working in the night, then actually taking a full cycle nap, so an hour and a half, etc., later on in the afternoon, especially if they're going to go on a shift, that can be really helpful to manage that sleep debt.
The thing is, because we're always tired, I think most people feel constantly tired, whether it is their job or kids or whatever, where they're doing coffees, energy drinks. I've seen that can cause all sorts of havoc.
Absolutely. There's actually a study in the paper today which surveyed 53,000 students looking at their caffeine consumption. And in a nutshell, what they found is those individuals who were consuming caffeine slept half an hour less than those who weren't. And so caffeine is a big one for many of us. And it's a bit of a chicken and egg. We're super tired, so we're using caffeine to wake ourselves up, but then caffeine disturbs our sleep. And so, as a rule of thumb, have 1 or 2 cups, but stop drinking it from midday onwards, and that should give it enough time to get out of the system.
Midday!
Have a cut off. Have a cut off, Dermot.
Guy, we've been teasing this item all day with should you sleep naked or not? Better in pyjamas. And we are intrigued. What is the...
So there is actually there is no peer-reviewed evidence showing that sleeping naked is better than sleeping clothed. But it's all about comfort. You know, if you are someone who naturally runs quite hot at night, then sleeping naked might be beneficial to you. If you're a cold sleeper, especially in the winter months, I would say, sort of wear pyjamas. That's going to help you out.
Yeah, yeah.
I find
Oh, I thought it'd be more than that.
Yeah, some weird...
Suck it in by that headline.
We were so excited for this. Also, sorry, can I just talk about this very heavy blanket I've got on me?
Well, that's what you brought a few things with you. You've got the blanket and some of the lights. And so talk us through what you got.
The blanket, first off, is it's a weighted blanket or gravity blanket. There is an emerging body of evidence showing that certain groups of individuals, people who are quite sensitive to their sensory system is quite hypersensitive, ADHD sufferers, for example, could benefit from a weighted blanket because it helps to give that sort of emotional regulation.
Like having a little cuddle.
Yeah.
Lovely.
But for others, it might not be.
And the lights?
This is a sunrise lamp, waking up in the morning to natural light.
I do use this, actually.
Yeah, it's basically, it's less alarming than a normal alarm
And
clock.
lastly, I use masks, especially in the summer. You advocate?
There are lots of different masks on the market. In the summer months, that makes sense. What I would say is just avoid to become overly reliant on them.
Guy, thank you.
Thank you so much, Guy.